in search of sanity.
Grateful rising. You know, what's really going on here? What is really going on here? And look at this. And listen to it. And I'll be back. What's going on? Let's go in search of sanity.
The Department of Justice shared new details on a shooting at the Prairieland Detention Center in Alvarado, south of Fort Worth. Officials say around 10:30 p.m. on July 4th, a group of 10 to 12 people dressed in black military-style clothing shot off fireworks and vandalized the facility.
They engaged in the graffiti, they damaged vehicles and a guard structure. The graffiti had such words as traitor, ice pig, other profanity.
Officials say this was a ruse to draw out the ICE personnel, and it worked. 2 unarmed corrections officers went to speak with the vandals. Meanwhile, the group signaled a gunman nearby. Alvarado police responded to a 911 call at the facility. When the officer got there, he was shot in the neck, and another assailant fired 20 to 30 rounds at the unarmed corrections officers. When the suspects fled the scene, the Johnson County Sheriff's Office stopped a vehicle leaving the detention center.
There was a single driver in that vehicle. The sheriff deputy saw in plain sight a firearm. Another firearm was in the back seat, and there were 2 Kevlar ballistic-style vests also.
Okay, now I'm going to mention this more later in the presentation, but I just want to point this out. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? They pulled the vehicle over. There were weapons in the vehicle. There were bulletproof vests and stuff in the vehicle. These people who supposedly wanted to shoot and kill up ICE people, this man just said, well, you got me. Is that what happened? If this story is true, and I'm not saying it is or isn't, but why didn't the driver open up on him? He's alone. One person. And why would one person one officer pull over a vehicle with someone in it who has just tried to kill an officer, who was part of something that's fired off 20 to 30 rounds, but you just gonna, by your lonesome self, go up and pull him over, and then once you pull him over, he's not gonna open up on you? Listen, people, I have seen 10 or 12, maybe more, policemen surround an unarmed black youth. An unarmed black youth. 10 or 12 of them will surround him, pounce on him, beat him up, sometimes kill him. But you got an armed person that you know he's armed because he shot at you or shot at somebody. But we're supposed to believe that you just pull him over, just you by your lonesome. Well, listen, I'll get back to this.
Center property, sheriff deputies stopped 7 individuals near where the Alvarado police officer was shot.
Some were wearing body armor, some were covered in mud, some were armed, and some...
It says now, what this lady said, that sheriff deputies stopped 7 more people. These people were armed, seemed like maybe heavily armed. They had bulletproof vests and everything. And here again, they didn't open up on those deputies. Those deputies didn't open up on them. Now, when I've seen them shoot somebody in the back, running away in the back, because they said they feared for their life, you mean to tell me you didn't fear for your safety? You didn't fear for your safety? Something is suspicious here to me. I'm not saying it did happen. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying it's suspicious to me. You're just going to walk up on somebody who first of all, according to the report, have shot 20 to 30 times, shot an officer in the neck, but you're just going to walk up on them and say, give me them guns. Okay. Something ain't right, people. Something isn't right. They knew they were armed. They knew these people were armed, according to them. Because the people that already fired, if you're firing off 20 or 30 rounds, You got some good, I guess you would call it good weapons. Well, at least some fast shooting weapons. Probably automatic if you're getting off them many shots that quickly. But you just gonna walk up on them? Nobody got shot. No terrorist got shot. No deputy got shot. How is that possible? I was gonna say how did that happen, but how is that possible? And I guess I could say how did that happen when we know we've seen them shoot and kill unarmed people, shoot and kill people who's running away from them, shoot and kill people who pose no threat to them. But yet in this case, nobody got shot. I don't know. Okay, let me recap here. You got 11 people, well, 10 were there. They come up, and people, these are white Texans, who, from my understanding, and I'm not stereotyping anybody, but from what I understand, white people in Texas are gun nuts. Those are not my words. I've heard that said about them. You know, they go to the range, they practice. And you mean to tell me you got these people, they couldn't hit nobody 20 to 30 rounds, and you didn't hit nobody? And then you hit one, and you hit one man in the neck, but that wasn't even from the 30 rounds. So I don't get that. I don't understand that. And when you came up, you had your weapons. When the officers came up, evidently you still had your weapons. But you're there for a purpose. But you didn't shoot nobody. And I'm not advocating violence. I'm just trying to understand this situation. You didn't shoot nobody. The officers were able to come up on you, to detain you, according to what that woman said in that podcast, newscast, whatever cast. They were able to come up on you and detain you. You had on bulletproof vests. You had weapons. So what's really going on here? What's really going on here? And one sheriff, one officer comes up. One. When they make the 911 call, because if they called 911 and said there was just some fireworks or somebody going off like that, I can understand maybe one person coming out. But then when they heard those shots and realized what was going on, they didn't say, oh, wait, we got somebody shooting out here. But one man gonna show up? One man gonna pursue a car? When according to them, they had been shot at multiple times. One of their colleagues had been shot in the neck. But you're just going to pursue. See, it's not adding up for me. Maybe it's me. I don't know. But it just seemed odd to me. It really does. So I don't know, because I'm not saying this is the case, but I know there have been cases, and there will continue to be cases where stories will be made up just to shift people to sides that they want them shifted to. America has gone to war based on lies that have been told. That have been told. Now, you can look this up. This is not just something that LilyBell is saying. You can look it up. How later on, you know how it goes years later, when the damage has been done and everything has gone the way they wanted to, then they will come out and say, well, you know, we shouldn't have what we did. We lied. We told you such and such attacked us. They did, and it was us. All these things we do know happen. Here again, I'm not saying that's the case here. But you tell me what you think. Does that sound strange to you? Does anything in this story sound strange? If what? If yes, what? And if it doesn't sound strange to you, if you're so inclined, let me know why it doesn't. It certainly sounds strange to me. I guess I shouldn't say strange, but it is. I should say it sounds about right, because these are the things, as I said, that happen. So let me know what you think. I'm LilyBell. You be encouraged. Look, Why did you do it? Subscribe, comment, like, and share. Support our youth in any way you can. Keep on churning till the butter comes. Albert C. Richardson, a black man, patent the butter churn U.S. patent number 446470, February 17th, 1891. I'm LilyBell. I'm just trying to create a dialogue. I leave you with this. If they close my book, you remember my story. A Nat Turner Runner production. Lock and load. LilyBell. Be encouraged.